What's poppin' people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Round 2 of the EVO Cup over at Jester Games sees Armour versus Armour, the yellow variant and the blue variant. We go to start things off, and a Bukamon as the first eggs, pretty lit. And a Flamegimon in the back, so yeah, the blue Armour list is an interesting one. Reformed Setcom player on an actual like Armour rush. I believe so proxies were banned for this and he didn't have all of his Magnet X's, so I think he was trying to make a like low to the ground list that was also making use of the old Magnet X, whereas you absolutely do not have to do any of that with the Ukamon here. You can just go hog wild. We're going to hit in with jamming and hit a TK to start things off. Then he's going to pick out the 3-cost TK rather than taking the memory setter out. I guess just because then he has a little bit more control over what he wants to do. And it looks like we're missing the second Veemon here as there's no extra draw power. Whereas the Ukamon is just going to be continuously printing value. It probably has enough here to... We're going to go for Emissary, which I don't hate. It's going to suspend both. So the Elijahmon is going to get suspended, then we get to minus 5k both, which will clear the full board. And since it's pretty clear that there's no Veemon here, it kind of puts the blue Armour player on better draw a second. And Saf, just keeping the pressure on here, is going to go for the Awakening to keep turn. He's going to hit a Training off that first swing, unsuspend, go again, hits Awakening, and Awakening does go to hand, as well as adding the Magna, but yeah, there's something to be said about Setcom players not reading their cards. It'd be like that sometimes. I'm gonna just go for the load show because we are gonna pick up the Rapid, put it to the back, and this makes it so there's not really much you can do here. Azudo would bounce the Uko, but instead we're just gonna pass the Magna for 7 because it means if it leaves the board in any way, he's gonna get some draw power. Because we are expecting it probably to get cooked, and I guess it is also a level 4, which means you could threaten the Zudo Ace. Oh, actually the Zudo Ace would be kind of cool here, because the Zudo would strip out the Magnamon armor sources before it swings, which would stop it from having protection for future. So we're just going to go Rapid X here for 4, which is then going to apply that minus 4 Floodgate, which will kill it off and get the extra value, because you do get the memory back, and it means that we can swing pretty comfortably. We're going to go into a brand new Magna with it, swing on suspend, and swing.
Matrix Digivolution.
Yeah, today's sponsor is me. I appreciate everyone supporting me as they have, and there are plenty of other ways to support. The memberships, Twitch Prime, and all of that are great ways to do so, and just making sure that in addition to slapping like down and making sure you are subscribed, there are plenty of other things that I do that I really love doing and take a lot of work, and appreciate if you guys also gave them a shout and gave us some honest feedback on them, because the only way we can make them better is if people tell us what they like and dislike. But yeah, that's it for today's sponsor. Appreciate you if you didn't skip it. Back to the video.
Not anything super special to say about that one. He kind of just did get cooked. Having only one rookie obviously made things kind of difficult, but yeah, very quick there from Seth. We want to say a very quick thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel as the members. We'll start from the top this time. We do have the mega level Justice Josh, who is an ultimate hero on YouTube as well as a tier 3 on Twitch. Then at ultimates we have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, and 3 Strike Rule. For the champions getting that bonus content from the podcast, we do have Shinikari, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, and Seb Bainbridge Coombs. And then for the rookies, Bradley Robb and Greatness Beam. And at the Digi-Egg tier, shouting you guys out as well, we've got Jambo TCG, John Esposito, Cass Knights, and Walter Soises. Thank you everyone that has been supporting the channel. If you want to join the members and get access to ad-free content early as well, then make sure to hit that join button. And if you want that bonus podcast content, do it at the champion tier. Do have the Patamon and a training in the back to start things off for game 2. Patamon off the training sets him up quite nicely. We are going to have the promo Veemon in the back. Unfortunately, no Davis to play this Veemon, and is going to choose to go for the one that only sets a free type, which gold Digimon is not. So very unfortunate hit there, but I'm kind of surprised we didn't go for the BT12 one, because it does just dig for more cards. Looks like we're going to whiff on the level 4s here, so these Patamon's not going to be quite as useful as we would hope. So I think the correct option I think personally the correct option would be to go for the Kudamon, but the fact that we have seen Lydramon implies that there is some extra value. We are going to play the full 3 because there is no Tamer here. Again, not reading the cards. And here comes the Searcher that can hit the Davis, but it's not going to, as the Death X is going to hit the bottom. So both of them are kind of in weird situations here. If the Rapamon swings, it is probably going to get bounced back to hand, but that's not the worst thing as long as you see a Davis. But you could also just try and keep pressure on by going for the Heavens. The problem, of course, is the Magnamon that the Veemon Armour player has gone for does float into a Veemon, so it's going to attempt to clear the full board. We're going to draw one, and then the Magna does let them play out the field, which Saf is... Oh, okay, wait. I guess we did not. We did not draw. So he only killed off the 2 Veemons. I guess it's because he's fine with blocking. Oh yeah, because it would have been 3 casts with yellow, green, and a source. So yeah, it would have only been enough to kill off the 2 Veemons. And this stopped him from getting the extra draw power. Had to make him cycle for it to dig. Patamon once again is going to whiff because nothing new is in there, of course. Gonna go training to go into the rapid once again. But he does kind of have to try and hard cycle here because we are going to go into a Zudo. It is going to strip out the 2 sources, but we do get the -4. And now we're missing a color source, so kind of just have to go for the Kudamon here as the Kudamon is going to find a brand new 4. And we're in pretty good position as the Veemon Armour player to get the pressure on here. I'm seeing a Flaming Dramon in the back and everything. We can get that value going. I'm going to go for the Magna to bounce it back. I actually don't agree with that one. I think you were actually in a better position to go for a Flaming Dramon here because the Flaming Dramon would have given you that same aggro and you're not giving him back a Searcher. It's going to go for that BT8 Magna just to pass turn, but it does pass over 3, so it does... And because he didn't get enough checks on board, it's not a huge amount here. You see that returned Kudamon hits into a Tamer as well as a target. So now the correct thing for Saf to do is to drop the TK, because the TK would load the level 4, which means you can get it for free next turn. As long as there's no Digimon Emperor to pass, which you don't really see in Veemon Armour that much, you'd be able to get more value out of the 4. But I think he just wants the blocker in case of a... Okay, I don't hate that. In case of a, like, Magnamon. So we are going to go -4 there, which means it is going to purge down, and then the -4 is going to kill off the Veemon. So that's why he chose to play the blocker up front. Probably just calling the bluff that his opponent was going to misplay. Which, I mean, fair. As a player that he has played before, he does know how it works. So we're going to see the Awakening. Not going to bring back any Magnas, but is going to go to hand. So, I mean, Armor Texture still is some value, but it's going to go for a Jamming Veemon, and we're probably going to push out and shuffle that security up. We know that there's no 4 in there. Is the trading to go into it? Yep. Awakening in hand would have to go into a Magna. And the swing... If you swing, you take the Veemon out, but you run the risk of getting Zudoed again. We, as the overseeing eye in the sky, know that you won't get Zudoed, but this is just objectively the safest way to do it. Go into the Magna, become protected, make big wall. Obviously, a Lydramon or BT8 Magna is going to get some value. We're going to block that first jamming check, because then we can get the protection straight away. Going to go into the Flame Dramon this time for a 2-cost EVO. Is going to swing in, is going to hit. Is going to beat over because we do not have jamming. So that actually should have traded. But we are going to whiff. So yeah, that actually should have traded there because it was on the jamming egg rather than the Demi-V. And because they were 2 sources each, it was not... taller than his opponent's Digimon, so that 8k Flame Dramon should have traded. Wait, is Magnadramon 7? Is Magnadramon 7? Because Zudo's 8. I thought all of the first wave. Yeah, the first waves are all 8ks. So yeah, they should have traded. Either way, I think Saf is trying to figure out how much a Heavens is going to give him, because he's got 4 colors. Obviously, if we could go into a rapid here, it would be fantastic. We're going to go TK for 3. Going to load, and then we're going to gain back 1. Ooh, and he got the emissary? So you emissary here, go into the... You emissary here, go into the rapid. It gives you a green color. And then you heavens. Because now you have green, yellow, blue, black, +1. Alright, just double check and see how much the Magnamon is. So, yeah, I think Heaven's full clears here. I guess he's gonna swing first. Oh, just trying to figure out his target. So he's gonna swing, he's gonna -4, he's gonna pop the blocker, because that one does have blocker. And now he's taken his Heaven sources off. We are gonna swing, the rapid does get some value. We are gonna get a Digivolve before the battle. But obviously, we did get the protection already. So we are gonna full clear the board with the Heaven's Judgment, thanks to the -4 being applied. So whilst we did lose 6k off of losing a color, we did still get the value. I'm gonna go for Davis. Davis is gonna play a Veemon, which does search just the free type. This guy's on so many options. Cannot take the Secon player out of the Secon. I'm gonna go for 2 cost here, push up. No way to give the instant protection. So if he does get Zudoed, he does get Zudoed here, which is kind of detrimental. Like, TK coming down for 3 is going to give back 2. Going to put the rapid up in there, going to gain the 2, is going to gain the protection as a result of now having taken the card out of security. Emissary is going to go straight back in. We're going to suspend it at -5. We're going to swing through it. Looking good for now. Oh, it didn't swing through it. Swung at security and then the Kudamon, because there's 3 or less security. Managed to do the final bit of the shrink. Clever, clever. Playing board control as well as everything else. We're counting Magnamon, so I think we're about to see a very, very, very big Magnamon hit the field. Unfortunately for him, though... Oh, no, it is going to keep turn, thanks to the Veemon giving back the memory. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12... We are comically large, so that is a 19, that is a 20k Magnamon, and he's just going to leave that there as a blocker, rather than swinging for control. It's a 7k Magnamon, as well as the extra blocker that would float. So we can stop the Magnus from getting protection here. Oh, actually, yeah, this is really important. The problem is, oh, no, okay, so Saf did that incorrectly. The correct way to do it, well, I mean, he gains the +3, but the correct way to do it would be to swing 1, have it trade, swing the other, have it beat through, and then if you go TK, then the other one unsuspends, which gets you an extra check. So this is gonna float anyway, it gives you just a little bit of extra value. But I guess also, now that we're seeing that there's a Zudo in hand, I'm kind of surprised that the Zudo didn't just come straight down. I mean, I guess he's played around Zudo by, I guess he has played around Zudo by getting the protection first. So that way he doesn't just lose 2 of them. Goes into the Magna Angemon, aced it in order to get an extra heal, then we are going to spend the full 4. So spends a little bit more in order to get the extra protection, but now we're looking good in terms of board control. I guess after you have been Zudoed once, you do kind of play around it for the remainder of the set. Enough memory to actually just drop the Veemon, then we're going to go into another Magna. It's like deja vu. And we'll just go for a training here as he double hits into a Heaven's Judgment and a Death X, which is of course not going to be of any use. This time though, very, very small Magnamon, so we're going to get double suspension -5. We're going to go into the Rapid, which is then going to clear both, which is then going to give back the back everything we need, and we are going to swing, swing, and swing to take it. So Vaccine Armour is going to edge out versus the Veemon Armour. If you did like what you saw though, and you are looking forward to seeing more, not just from the EVO Cup, but also from general fanboy locals, then make sure to smash that like button and double check if you are subscribed. If you haven't, make sure to join the growing number of subscribers. And as always, until next time, have yourselves a damn good one.